Meet sailing yacht Avanti and her crew, Gerard and Jacqueline. We left Cape Town in December 2021 on our floating home, heading west on an adventure of a lifetime around the world.
After motoring 60 hours out of our 96-hour journey from Darwin, Australia to Kupang, Indonesia, we don't have the calm arrival we were hoping for. A rough anchorage and slow officials make it a trying time.
We're just on our way to the anchorage in Kupang, and it's the first time ever I see a tugboat with a big barge of, it looks like coal. So it looks like there's a power station here on the right hand side, and this tugboat is basically barging in the coal to the power station.
Formalities around visas and cruising permits are always changing in Indonesia. Many cruisers join rallies to assist with paperwork or ask agents to help them. In our case, we had to get it right, as we need to be able to stay here for at least 6 months to wait out the cyclone season in the Indian Ocean. We had to apply for a special 60-day visa before arrival that allows us to extend twice for another 60 days. This is the most expensive visa we've had to apply for, and it's not just because we're South African. Most nationalities actually need to apply for this one if they want a longer stay.
Action! Yeah, the ship is clear. From health quarantine is finished.
Cool, thank you very much,
Boarding. Welcome to Kupang.
Thank you.
Yanni.
Gerard and Jacqueline.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We have made it through first round of officials. Gerard is just taking them back now. Biosecurity. Quarantine. Quarantine was here, we've made it through. This anchorage is not nice. We are quite shallow and there's boats really close behind us. And behind them is some rocks. So we want to get out of here as soon as possible. But they need you to clear in and out of the harbour as well, which makes it a bit tricky because we're hoping to get a lot of stuff done today and get out of here tonight. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We need fuel. We don't have enough fuel to make it to Lombok or maybe Flores. We need to see which is the next anchorage. And we had no wind. I mean, we really didn't have any wind. And now the wind's 50 knots in this anchorage with the lee shore. The world doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. But we're hoping the next officials come soon. Gerard has to go pick them up on the beach again once they radio.
We have motored a lot between Darwin and Kupang. We've motored in total, I think, 67 or 62 hours. So that equates to we've used about 150 liters of diesel. And we need to top that up, so I'm just putting one jerry can in our day tank. Then all the jerry cans are basically empty and we can fill them, but we'll have to bring them across with the dinghy. And as usual, I had to take the agent that we're using to help with the clearance to the beach, also the guy from health quarantine with our dinghy. And on my way back in these conditions, not ideal conditions, the dinghy engine started acting up. I thought it was the spark plug as it was before because it was the same symptoms, but I quickly changed the spark plug because I'm gonna have to go and pick up the customs officials now, but it's not the spark plug, so I don't know, I don't have time now to fix it. So I'm probably gonna have to row them over, and it's not running quite well. It's just idling at the moment. So more than one person on the dinghy just won't go.
What a day. The officials have a volleyball party. So they can't finish our paperwork today. Looks like we will spend the night in this crazy anchorage. It is calming down a little bit. It seems like the wind's dropping a bit. So I hope that's gonna keep going and that it's a calm night. I really don't like a lee shore with this type of swell, but we will just have to make do, and tomorrow we will finish the paperwork, and hopefully Gerard can fix Blaasopie tonight, or the Yamaha engine, so that we can something's going on in town, so that we can run the diesel tomorrow morning and get out of here safely, and yeah, try and get to Lombok in one piece.
I removed the carburetor last night in a hope, because I did change the spark plug and it didn't work. So I just cleaned it up. I couldn't really see much dirt in it. It was pretty clean, but yeah, for some reason it's working. So hopefully it was just a bit of dirt build up in the carburetor. I don't have any proper carb cleaner, so I'll get some from the store today, and I'll probably do it again just to make sure it's absolutely squeaky clean. The second last step is to go to customs to go and sign some papers. So the agent gave me a quick scooter ride over there. After that, it's only the harbour master that's left, and the diesel.
Gerard's just come back with all the diesel. We have our paperwork and he is busy lifting anchor. We are getting out of Kupang now. Adios, Kupang. Hopefully never have to go back there. On to Komodo we go. Might need to motor again for a few days. Hopefully not. Hopefully we have some better wind. But we definitely can't stay and wait for wind here. So how was Kupang?
I didn't see too much.
I didn't see anything. I was on
Jacqueline
the boat.
had
So
to-
how was it?
Jacqueline had to be on anchor watch, and I had to go and sign and stamp papers. But the little that I saw was extremely dirty. But I think that's a general problem in Indonesia, especially for the non-touristy and bigger cities. But it's really sad to see all the plastic that's just being thrown in the stormwater, like culverts that's just going into the ocean as soon as the rain comes, and it's just lying all over the place. I did see some recycling kind of initiatives. The government comes and tries and sort the general waste bins, but the public need to really change their mindset and culture. We've seen quite a few warships between Australia and Indo, and this is yet another one just passing us on our port side.
Good morning. Last night we were luckily able to sail quite a while, almost the whole night, which was surprising. We didn't expect to have the wind last that long. And then I was the smartest person ever, Gerard, wasn't I? We saw some fish boats and we saw them flashing lights, or I started realizing that they were flashing this specific light, and I told Gerard, I think they're trying to talk to us. And then Gerard read in our cruising guide that yes, they were talking to us. They were actually, so their lights are really bright and they've got no AIS, so you are confused when you see them at sea because you don't know where they're going. And then they flashed the light right on the one side, and that's actually them telling us which way they're going, so that's quite cool. So now we know what to look out for when we see the fishing boats at night. They do actually tell you where they're going, so that's nice. And now it's super calm and we'll wait for the wind, or we'll just drift a bit. The current's taking us at 2.5 knots, even though we've got 0.8 wind. Oh, 0.8 boat speed.
It's the second morning of our trip to Komodo, and last night we had less wind than the first night. The wind picked up nicely in the late afternoon, so we could put the main up again, and we broad reached for a few hours, but it dropped quite early, and then we just pulled the Genoa out, dropped the main because it was flapping like crazy. And yeah, we basically drifted most of the night. We doing about 2.5-3 knots speed over ground average again with the current. Only one boat speed again this morning. So yeah, we don't want to motor because we burnt so much diesel on the way to Kupang, and we're not in a super duper hurry to get there. But if the whole day is like this, we'll definitely motor a little bit. And we want to get there in daylight hours, so probably get there tomorrow morning.
Sailing in Indonesia, you need money or time. We've got time, not money.
Yeah, so this is the more we read about the weather, this is the transition period from the southeast monsoon to the northwest monsoon. So it's not really super rainy yet, like it will be maybe in a month and a half's time, but you do get these calms, and at least we still have the currents in a favorable direction. Come like January, these currents will turn 180 degrees, so then it would be extremely hard to get from Kupang all the way to Lombok. And the wind also is then northwest, and there's lots of rain and lots of squalls. So we are on the back end of the good conditions to get there. But you have to be willing to motor a lot.
Or have lots of time to drift there.
Yeah.
Next week we explore the famous islands of Komodo, find some dragons and see some beautiful views, all while battling currents. If you enjoyed this week's video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share or subscribe. It really does go a long way in helping us. Thank you to our patrons who support the making of these videos monthly. We appreciate it very much. See you next week.